Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Daniel Orama, and today we're going to be taking a look at this idea that we can somehow sing from the diaphragm. Well, I hate to break it to you, you can't.
Where are we?
Whether you're a singer, guitarist, songwriter, or a musician that plays multiple instruments, you are going to discover that trying to sing from the diaphragm is a dead-end road. First, what is the diaphragm? Well, the diaphragm is the primary muscle used in respiration, basically when we breathe. This dome-shaped muscle is located just below the lungs and the heart, and it contracts continually as we breathe in and out. Now, that is the key to note. It only moves when we breathe. Trying to sing from the diaphragm is placing yourself on the never-ending hamster wheel. A whole lot of energy going nowhere. Now, let's talk about why we can't sing from the diaphragm and what we need to do instead. Have you ever heard the expression, sing from the diaphragm? Well, you can't because it is an involuntary muscle, which means you have no direct control over it. More on that in a minute. There's no such action as singing from the diaphragm, which is actually pre-kindergarten information. Years ago, my ears heard it for the first time. Naturally, I was trying to do something that I was clueless about. How do I take this breath from the diaphragm? To be honest, this is what sent me in a rage to find out the secret to the Italian method of breathing. Now, mind you, they were secretive about their technique overall. The only way to learn the Italian method of breathing was to read all of the material that was written. So over time, I was able to piece together the most efficient method of breathing like a puzzle. I literally tried to go as far back as 1100 AD, but of course there wasn't any information found. What I did recognize is that over the years, I was trying to get results without a roadmap, which is fruitless. Asking a singer to sing from the diaphragm is just that, trying to get results without a roadmap. What happened to me resulted in bad habits, tension, when I was trying to sing from the diaphragm. I clearly remembered, what does that mean, sing from the diaphragm, which is actually an end result statement. Mind you, you can't sing from the diaphragm. Why? Because it's an involuntary muscle, which means you have no control over it. Anyone who says otherwise is on a path of misguided information. Like the air we breathe, there is no direct control over what it does, but we can harness the power of the air. With that in mind, I learned there was no direct control over the diaphragm, meaning that I could not sing from the diaphragm. So there I was trying to figure out, how do I do that? Its coordination of opposing muscle groups is needed to place a resistance against the diaphragm. Now, I cover that in my advanced teachings in breathing mastery. So the Italians discovered a method of breathing for singing that does just that, resistance against the diaphragm. It took me time to figure out the details and coordination needed to accomplish such a feat. See, there are muscle groups that we coordinate that apply this resistance against the diaphragm. The coordination results in a guiding resistance over the diaphragm, not direct control. Besides, who likes to be controlled anyway? The quicker the diaphragm ascends, the quicker the air is exhausted. But the singer's aim is to keep the diaphragm in a state of what I call resistance and suspension. If you'd like to learn more about the most efficient breathing method for singing, then visit the link in the description below. In my next episode, I'm going to unpack more on mastering the breath for singing. Until then, keep singing and playing guitar.